you've watched the videos, you've seen my POV, now listen to what I've got to say about VidCon 2013. VidCon is one of those events that everybody goes absolutely crazy for. It's one of the biggest YouTube gatherings on this planet. Over 14,000 people went this year. It was absolute insanity. People go to see their favourite YouTubers, go to meet their favourite YouTubers, go to network with their favourite YouTubers. There's a lot of frickin' YouTubers. But as someone experiencing this for the first time, I was not prepared for what I experienced and what I witnessed. We all know how crazy like fangirls can be. We all know about One Direction. We all know about Justin Bieber. We all know about frickin' anyone of consequence. But YouTube fangirls are of a completely different level. Not even a level, they're on a completely different platform. You would walk through the expo hall and suddenly this big ear-shattering scream would just explode in the expo hall. And everyone's like... And you'll just see this plethora of girls walking, no, not even walking, running through, screaming their heads off, tears coming down their eyes because they've touched Sam Pepper, they've touched Jack and Finn, they've touched Marcus, Alfie, I'm just saying all the British guys, O2L. And you're sitting there like... I mean, I understand people like to see who they watch and it's a bit bizarre seeing them in person as opposed to like on a computer screen, but bloody hell. My favourite experience of witnessing this was Ricky Dillon and Kian of O2L fame were walking through the Hilton lobby with, I don't know how to describe the gaggle of gals that were behind them and with them. They were filming their video and the Hilton entrance has got one of those revolving doors, you know, like that spin. And Ricky and Kian went through the doors and the girls were sort of, well, 3 paces behind them. And as they're going through, the girls were that far behind. The door actually locked for a good 3 minutes. Locked. So Ricky and Kian are on that side and the girls are on this side with this door between the two of them. And they're just going... I've never laughed so hard in my life. Seriously. And just to top that experience of the fact of O2L, like I was talking to Ricky in the lift, the elevator. I've experienced that Americans don't use the word lift. So every time I said lift, they were like, where? And there was 2 girls in the elevator talking about fangirling and how they want to go see certain people and they're going to do this, they're going to stalk them in certain ways. And I'm just sat right next, well, not sat, obviously I'm in an elevator. I'm stood right next to Ricky Dillon, I'm just listening in. I was a little bit drunk, I'm not going to lie. And I just saw him, I was like, you're listening into this, aren't you? And he was like, yeah, it's just bizarre. But to add even more to that, I was explaining the whole revolving door situation to a friend of mine that I met at VidCon. And these 2 people, they're older people, like parents, were in front of us and I said something O2L. And the guy went, O2L, what's that? And I'm explaining, no, they're YouTubers, they're pretty cool, they're a bunch of young lads. And the woman went, oh, we know, Trevor's our son. I've just been chatting away, saying how good I think this YouTube channel is. And you know, the people I'm talking to are only the parents of one of them. It's a good thing I wasn't slating them. What made me laugh was some girls were really complaining about how they weren't seeing certain YouTubers like Jack and Finn you saw on a balcony, and you've probably seen it in my VidCon video, you see Finn filming over the balcony and you can see the multitude of gaggle of girls on the bottom just screaming and shouting at them. They were complaining that they weren't seeing them enough. Why do you think that? Look at how many of you there are. If they walked about normally, you'd probably kill them through stampedes. I even had my own experience of fangirling, well not really. I had one person come up to me saying they watched my videos and asked for a photo, and obviously I was happy to oblige. The fact that one person came up to me was very surreal and was a bit like... So I got a picture and it was nice, it was cute, but that's one person and I was a bit like, oh, hi. God knows how those guys feel. But a word of the wise to the fangirls who are fangirls, try not to go a bit too crazy, because I find that with YouTubers, if you talk to them on a personal level, just treat them like a human being, you will get a lot of conversation out of them. I had a conversation with Bertie Gilbert and Benjamin Cook at the bar. If you just talk to people like they're people, you'll get more from it. Just a little hint there. So that is like my experience of VidCon and the fangirling and the insanity that happened around it. I had an epic time at VidCon, seriously. I've made so many friends. It was the best experience of my life and it's opened my eyes to what I want to do. Expect a lot more. It was very eye-opening and it did a lot to my perception of things. I will see you next week. Bye.